we'll say they're married with 3 children. Okay? So first thing, we'll figure out what the VA is. Now the VA, if you want to know what these are, if you've never looked before, there is a chart that tells you all this lovely information. You didn't know this, by the way, either. The Veterans Compensation Benefits Rate Tables. If you want to look that up, it's right on the VA website. And 80%, the chart is broken into 2 different parts, with children, without children. That's pretty much it. So it's not based on rate, you can go that's straight on percentage, okay? So 80% with a spouse and child is $17.75, and then each additional child is $64. Okay, so $17.75, and then 2 children will be $128. Yeah, $128. So $19.03 a month. Okay. So that's what the VA will give that person every month, tax-free. Okay, now you have to figure out what the severance pay is, okay? Anybody know the formula for severance pay?
Base pay by
Very good.
5,000.
Very good. Okay, so we'll say this person's base pay is $2,500. Okay, times 2 is what?
5,000.
5,000. We'll say number of years is 9 years, 6 months, and 1 day.
Wow. Well, not 10 years. 10 years is
Round up to 10. Very good. All right. So $50,000 will be the severance pay. So here's the part of the class that blows everybody's mind. How many of you guys know that severance pay is a loan and you have to pay it back?
What?
Yeah. How many did not know that? You're pissed off right now.
I just learned that 7 days long.
So it is a loan. The reason they give you that loan is because if you're separated from severance pay, you lose all your base privileges, you lose insurance. You may have family members that have pre-existing conditions. They want to make sure you have some money in your pocket to take care of whatever family member you need. So what they do is they give you a loan against your VA. Okay? So there's 2 ways to pay this loan back. Okay? First one is called the DUMB way.
dumb.
Just write it down. Don't write it down, I was kidding. Or she's writing something else down, because if you're still writing down, I'm just kidding with you. Alright, so it is the dumb way though, where you get $1,903 a month and you pay that back every month until it's paid off. Okay? That's the dumb way. Don't do that way. The other way is called offset. What offset says is that you're going to get the $1,903 a month. Now if you look through the VA chart, what's it say for 10% right there? $133. You're going to pay back $133 a month. So you get $770 a month. You'll pay back $133 a month until it's paid off. Now the first question usually someone asks me is, do you have to take severance? Yes. Okay. The question I ask back to you is, why wouldn't you? It's interest-free money that you may or may not pay back in your lifetime. We had a guy get like $118,000 paying back $133 a month. How long is it going to take him to pay that back? If you get $50,000, put it in a bank account. Most bank accounts keep more than $10,000. They get 4% interest. At least you're getting interest on it if you do nothing else with it. Okay. So if you need the money, the extra $133 a month, well, just take it out every month. Not a big deal. Okay. So it's crazy not to get it, to be honest. Okay. Yes.
Quick question. That offset's going to be available to you on that day?
Yeah, when you go talk to the VA.
Or you have to file a separate
No, you just do it
application?
when you go to the VA.
Okay.
When you go to the VA, we're going to talk about it in just a second. Okay, the next thing we will talk about, because there is some tax involved.
Of course.
State tax. Anybody know what state tax is on a large sum of money?
30.
30. Holy moly, let's say 4%. Federal tax? Federal tax?
30.
28.
I know it comes to 30 something. They gonna get a third.
Right. If you don't pay state tax, you don't have to worry about that. Now, so this may seem a little unfair, right? Because this is money, which is a loan against your VA money, but your VA money is tax-free. So how can you get taxed on tax-free money? So a guy named St. Clair, he wasn't a saint, he was just his name, years ago said, wait a minute, that's not right. So he sued the government, and he won. So you do get your tax money back. Now, what DFAS sees when they see severance pay, they see severance pay. They don't see medical severance. So you basically have to prove to DFAS that the money was medical severance, and they'll give you your tax money back and make it tax-free. So how you do that, when you come to our office, you're going to sign a form accepting your findings. That's the first thing you need. Now, at that point, you're going to start your separation and retirement process, right? When you get your separation all the way to the end, what do you get from PSD or IPAC? DD-214, right?
Mm-hmm.
That DD-214, basically end of your military service, right? Get that DD-214, anybody know who you have to give that to first thing?
VA rep.
VA rep, right? Remember the important one? Give that to your VA rep, and then what does the VA rep do?
Send it in.
put you into the VA system,
Yep.
right? So now you have your DD 214. You have that form you sign in our office accepting your findings, and then about 3 weeks after you separate, for 4 weeks, you're going to get a final ratings letter from the VA. Those 3 things are what you need. We give you a form in our office to send it back to DFAS. Once DFAS gets that information, they make your pay tax free, and they will refund your tax money. Okay? Good? Yes?
What about your leave days? Like, I got 50-something leave days on the book. I don't want to pay it back. I mean, I don't want to sell it because then they're going to tax that.
You'll get, well, okay, but you
So does that
either
get
take
extended?
it prior to, or you get 60 to 90 days to take it.
What about, what's that, job hunting? Do we
Job
get all
hunting,
of those
absolutely.
just like the people that's
You will, but you
retiring?
get less time to take it.
Okay.
All right, so if you want to take some of that now, then do it after your package is submitted. Remember, more likely if you're on a med board, they're not going to let you take it until you've been sent to the EV. Okay? Any questions on this first scenario? Now, a couple things. Now, if you get 20%, so remember I said 10% you pay back $133 a month. If you get 20%, you pay back $263 a month.
Not 266.
266. And if you get 0%, what do you pay back?
Nothing.
Nothing. You do not pay it back. So 0% is actually the second best number you can get. If you cannot get to retirement, no kidding, if you cannot get to retirement, the second best number to get is 0. This is the worst number to get. 20 sucks. So if you cannot get to 30%, 0 is the second best number. So if you can't get retirement, that's the next best number. You don't pay you don't pay the severance back. You don't get your tax money back, but you don't have to pay it back. But most of you, pretty young, if you go to college, you enroll in college, you're going to get all that tax money back. Especially if you're young, married, and have a kid. Go to college, you'll get all of that back. Okay? If you're combat related, you don't pay it back, and you don't get taxed on it. Okay, so know that. And your minimum number of years for combat related is 6. So if you've been in 2 years, that number of years is 6. Minimum number of years for everybody else is 3. So if you've only been in a year, you still get 3 minimum number of years. Okay, any questions on severance pay? None? Man, I'm good at explaining that then. All right, so next scenario, we're going to go, say DOD is 30%. That gets you what?
Retirement.
We'll say it's TDRO. And then the VA is 60%. We'll say this is just a single service member this time, okay? So 60% single service member. $1,059. Okay? So, now we have to figure out what the retirement is, okay? So anytime you get TDRL, it automatically rounds up to 50%. Okay? So if you get 30% TDRL, you're automatically getting 50%. Now, the way retirement works, just like regular retirement, how many knows the plan you're on for retirement?
Yeah, high 3 or...
High 3, very good. High 3, they take your high 3 years of pay. So if you were in E6 for 3 years, you got busted down to E5, your high 3 years probably your retirement for E6, right? So the high 3 years of pay, usually it's your last 3 years, but not always. So we'll say for this scenario, the high 3 years of pay average for those 3 years, we'll say is $3,500. Okay, so 50% of that.
17, 50.
50 a month. Okay. Now, just for fun, how about we just round the numbers up to make it easier for everybody? Say it's 1,060. We'll say this is 1,760. Okay. So now you have two types, or your two pays, which is your DoD and the VA. Okay. You get which one's higher. So which one's higher in this case?
DoD.
This one. So this is what you'll get. Now, if you're over 20 years, you get both. Okay. But those who are under 20 years will not. You get the higher of the two. Right? Now, remember at the beginning of class, I said you're going to always get VA no matter what. Did I lie? Of course I didn't lie. So the VA, this is what's going to happen for pay. You're going to get 1,060 from the VA, and from the DoD, you're going to get 700. So it comes out to 1,760 a month. This will be taxed. This will be tax free. Anyone want to guess what that's called? Offset. I call everything offset in the VA. By the way, all military retirement is offset from the VA. So it doesn't matter what you get. That's why you always get VA money. Even if you get if you don't get 50%, you get the current receipt. If you got 40%, they do the offset, and you get this, it would be done the same way. Any questions on that? How it works? None? There's one. Everybody's good with the pay? Anything you should have figured out by this little scenario is the VA likes to give away money.
I had a situation where out of nowhere the Marine got severance pay. and all of a sudden, I would say maybe like 4 or 5 months later, we received a document stating that it's gonna get recouped right away.
By the way, if you get regular severance pay, once you get VA benefits, they take it back too. It works with regular severance pay. So for those who didn't know that, as soon as you get a VA claim, they'll recoup their severance pay. All right, so DoD versus civilian. So what the DoD cares about, they're recouping basically